Okay, welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. This is going to be my final video. It's probably not going to be long, and I'm pretty sure that my alarm, nope, I'm right on time. It's 11:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, alright, on my TikTok, I've been coming to light about my native side and helping out with native TikTok. I have some pictures over there that still need to be painted. I want to talk about the issue of people of color who are going missing and murdered, along with MMIW, because MMIW is never really covered, and when other people of color go missing, we still aren't really covered. For some reason, we don't make the news unless we are interacting with cops in a bad way. For some reason, when people of color are kidnapped or murdered, it rarely gets a lot of full-on coverage, and that shit's unacceptable. Alright? So, I want to make sure this is taken correctly. Alright? My name is Echo Fang Grey Wolf. I am part Cherokee, I am part black, and I am part white, and I do not have the right to be a racist. But damn it, I have every right to call out every member of every race, because I am damn near every race. We gotta do better. They found the body of a young man, and I did a TikTok about it, because it was unacceptable that they had the body for 2 weeks and wouldn't let the man's family identify him. He was only 25 years old or younger. I recently lost a nephew who was 23 years old a year ago. He died in a motorcycle accident. But this young man, they have not determined cause of death and all the other stuff. And I don't want to go into his name and everything, but you guys already know who he is because he's been missing forever. Alright? There's another young black man that's missing. They're still missing, and all they found was the car. And I'm trying not to cross the stories, but he's missing, and he's very young too. So, at 48, this isn't the first time that this has happened for me. I'm old enough to remember when Adam Walsh's son was missing. Adam Walsh, the guy from America's Most Wanted, now in Hot Pursuit. I'm old enough to remember that. I'm old enough to remember when the List girls were missing, because that happened here in Virginia. I'm old enough to remember a lot of kidnappings. I'm old enough to remember that some guy was kidnapped and his kidnappers forced him to eat fecal matter. So I don't remember his name, but I remember this shit happened way before the OJ thing. And I was still in middle school or high school myself. They were people of color, except for the guy that had to eat fecal matter. He was actually not colored. Everybody remembers Elizabeth Smart. Everybody remembers those girls that were trapped in the Chicago thing where the girl kicked out and she has anxiety and she wrote a book, and another girl wrote a book, and the other girl was impregnated and lost all her stuff, like all the babies and everything, and barely talks to her family. We all remember that. We all remember that. We all went to bat to find these girls. Alright? The most recent case was Miss Petito. I probably did not say that right. To the family, my condolences, and to the family, I apologize for totally butchering her name while they were hunting for her fiancé as a person of interest. However, Native American women go missing at the highest rate of missing people. Is it ever covered on the news? No. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I want to say 3 because I'm not accurate, but about 3 weeks ago, NBC did a special on Native American girls missing. It's a 2-hour special. That's it. No follow-up story. We need to do better. ABC hasn't done it. CBS hasn't done it. CNN, Fox, none of these high-powered news people have bent over backwards to do it. Not too long ago on TikTok, the FBI busted some sex traffickers pretending to be 16-year-old girls talking to some pipeline workers. Now, I follow a lot of native TikTokers, and a lot of them are talking on this thing, and if they get to put the video up without TikTok knocking it out and canceling it, which TikTok seems to do a lot of that to colored creators, do better. But more importantly, when someone goes missing, regardless of their color, regardless of their gender, regardless of their life capacity and their lifestyle, why are people of color not being covered? Yeah, got a little serious there, right? Yeah, of course I did. Because I'm a person of color. This affects me. When I was a kid, us Generation Xers, we knew not to go anywhere near the white vans. Hell, we didn't even really trust the fucking ice cream man. But nowadays, no one cares. Hell, if you want the truth, back when Adam Walsh was missing, no one cared about black kids missing. No one cared about Native kids missing. No one. Back when Adam Walsh was missing, I think the biggest thing that was happening was something going on in whatever comic book universe. Something was going on in the movie world, and everything was everything. And the only one that was doing anything at that time was Adam Walsh's dad. He never stopped. And he came up with America's Most Wanted. He never stopped. He's still searching for bad guys to this day. And we need to take a note from him. And we need to get off our asses and do that. It doesn't make any sense why anybody would bring harm to a child. I don't have kids. Alright? 48 years old, I don't have kids. Never got the chance to have kids. However, I do have nieces and nephews. Too many of them, but I have them. They're here to stay. I worry about their safety because people of color do not make good bargaining chips. And if this offends you, I'm sorry. Most people don't like to be offended, but you know what? Sometimes if you are offending someone, that means you struck a nerve or you hit the truth right on the money. I'm hoping that I hit the truth right on the money. The problem is that no one tends to do what's right when it comes to people of color. When we go missing, we're dust in the wind. When other people go missing, and I mean non-people of color, when they go missing, everybody becomes a detective. Everybody started searching for Miss Petito like instantly. Even after the Instagram or YouTube or TikTok video with them arguing in the van. I'm going to tell you where they went wrong right there before I end this video. First off, she says she doesn't do any driving. So the cops should have taken her to a hotel close to the police station. And not only should they have done that, the cops should have stood guard at her hotel to make sure that her boyfriend, fiance, suspect, jackass never came anywhere near her. Or he should have not gave either one of them information on where the other one would be. Even better, he should have took both their cell phones and kept them from having any communications with each other whatsoever. Because, you know, you can track these things. There's a GPS in there. I don't know how to use it, but they're in there. Yeah, I'm 48. I do not know how to use the GPS. Plus, the other GPSs have almost got me killed. So don't trust them. I'm not ashamed to pull over and ask for freaking directions. Give me a landmark so I can look for that. No. What road do I need to get off on? If he would have took the cell phone from the guy couldn't call the woman to go from his hotel to her hotel. And then all of a sudden she winds up missing. And then all of a sudden she winds up dead. And all the armchair detectives, the Sherlock Holmes from beyond, pop up and find her. What about the Native American girls? What about the black girls? What about the boys? I posted on my TikTok a couple of Native American boys and men. There's a Chinese man that is missing right now. He's 37 years old that I also posted up on my TikTok. I don't know none of their names, but I shared them to my Instagram and my Facebook. But I should not have had to share them because the police officers should have the manpower to get off their ass and go do their damn job. To protect and serve. Those are superhero suits. These are dog tags that I earned at Fort Benning, Georgia. I took an oath. I so solemnly swear to protect this great country from foreign and domestic terrorism as long as I shall live. So say we all. Oh yeah, first it's here, and then it's here. Kind of forgot, it's been 10 years or better. Yeah. I don't go anywhere without my warrior ethos. I'm going to the military hospital tomorrow to get a needle in my arm for them to draw blood and some other things that I don't really want to discuss. But if you see my very first video, my prep show video, it'll tell you everything there. It's a problem that we need to discuss. It is a problem that can be discussed. It is a problem that can be changed. as I close out, I want you guys to think about this shit. I need you to get off your asses. I need you to think about this shit. Why is it a problem for a person of color to go missing and no one to put effort into looking for these people of color? And yet Miss Petito, as soon as she went missing, everybody was all over the place, even found her body. Unfortunately, she has passed. My condolences to the family, because their young female warrior is no longer with them, and the world is lessened with her loss. But the world has been lessened with the loss of every indigenous woman that has been missing in the 50 states in Canada and in South America, which no one has tended to take a look at. No one. And if not for TikTok, I would have never known about MMIWG and B and M. Missing and murdered indigenous women, girls, boys, and men. I added the last two letters because most of the MMIWG is generally just missing and murdered indigenous women and girls. But as of recently, 2 men who are indigenous have popped up missing. This has to stop. We are all human. We are all in this together. And we need to stop concerning ourselves with just one ethnicity going missing when others are going missing and we do nothing. We sit back and do nothing. I am not mad that you guys helped her get the body of her daughter, Miss Petito, back to her parents. Not mad at that at all. But what I am mad is that in all the years of missing and murdered indigenous women, girls, and boys, and men, no one's made any effort to do anything about that until TikTok came along. Unless you were indigenous, you didn't know. I'm part native, and I didn't know that even existed until I heard of native TikTok. Shames me to know that no one in the world gives a damn about people of color when we go missing. I tell my nieces and nephews and them all the time when I walk them home from the bus stop. And I shouldn't have to tell them this, but I have to prepare them because I'm not going to be alive forever. And as a martial artist, I have to prepare them to be able to defend themselves, to be able to save themselves because no one is coming. Superheroes do exist, but only in the comic books. And in real life, if you're of color, there are no superheroes. They're not coming to save you. And you need to know that you need to be able to save yourself. So yeah, I taught my 8-year-old and my 9-year-old niece a freaking chokehold. I taught my nephews the same shit. And why did I teach them that? I gave them the moral reason of why they needed to learn it. But I gave them the truth, because I don't lie to children. We don't make good bargaining chips. No one's coming to save you. Swallow your fear and do what you gotta do to survive. Because if you don't, you're just going to be another statistic that no one gave a damn about because you are of color and we don't make good bargaining chips. If I have offended anybody with this video, I apologize. But I also hope that I opened your eyes to the truth. Thank you for watching. I am Echo Fang Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.